Right, let's get straight to it. Let me know if there's any lag today. Fingers crossed it was a one-off yesterday. Yeah, we'll get straight on to it. Yeah, we'll get straight on to the Canadian Grand Prix. Fingers crossed we can have a better result than we did in Monaco, because quite frankly it was hellish. Yeah, let's get straight to Canada Land. I think, actually, because I did try and do it yesterday, I will assume we will still have the development thing to do, so we'll see. We will see. Yeah, we got the R&D to crack on with. So we will get that done. Fingers crossed we can do it fairly lively. So we'll just get straight out on track and get on with that. And really it increases some grip. So fingers crossed. Right, got to do 1 minute 14.4. Buchanan's a good track for me, so fingers crossed we should be alright. Right, we should. Obviously, this is our sighting lap, so we need to get that. Monaco was a bit of a disaster. The previous race. You want to speak of Monaco again? It used to be so good round there on this game. Yeah, I suppose I haven't really played it for many a moon. Crack on. Right, that 1 minute 14.4. This is a good track for me. So realistically, what's the curves burn that one? Realistically, we should be in a good place. So let's try and nail the final chicane so we can get. Actually, that was banging. I'll take that. Head down. That 14.4 should be doable. Because it's probably on the curves a little bit too early there. Still getting the because the curves isn't actually too good in the first. I don't think it's possible to use in the first gear. You alright, mate? How you doing? Welcome back.
You're showing good pace for qualifying at the moment. Keep it up.
Damn, I was showing good pace for qualifying. Been a couple of people out. Gonna get done for, I was going to get done for scrubbing there. I thought I was going to end up in the wall. But we move. Get on the brakes. We're a little bit too far right. Bring it back to the left. For the chicane. I was braked so early for the chicane. Right, get down. I'm going to need to save a little bit curves for that final corner. But I'm good, thanks, mate. Apologies about yesterday. I don't know what was going on with the internet yesterday, but seems to be alright today. I hopefully I haven't jinxed that. That was horrendous out of that corner. But that 14.4 should be, yeah, 13.6. I'll take that and we'll head straight to qualifying. Yeah, I don't tend to mess about in practice too much. Especially if obviously we have completed the objective, so we will dance straight to qualifying. We did that one lap. That's 17th actually, and there was definitely way more pace in that, so I'm happy I'm happy with the pace. We beat Barrichello over 1 lap, so I will take it. I will take it. Right, we'll get a cut right. We're going to out straight away. Get it right. 11th? You not see Monaco? They expect too much of me at this team. You have a good couple of races in this game, and I think done. But there was many mistakes on that practice lap we did. So there's definitely loads of time to find. It's just whether my skill set will allow me to find it. Let's get straight to it. A good exit at that final corner will... That will help, I believe. We know that will help. Dumbass thing to say. Mount the curbs. We don't worry about that corner cut and warning. Dive towards turn 1. Do you want to get done for scrubbing? Oh, we've got Massa coming out of the pits. Yes, boy, get out of the way. Ooh, try to turn it on me. Try to give it Prost from 89. Come on, Lucy, please. I'm making love. Oh, we've got Sebastian, but we are keeping up with 7. I believe he's on a fast lap. Don't forget, we got DRS. We're going to sponge some slipstream down this main... Oh, it's not main straight, is it? Get on the brakes a little bit early. A little bit too early for my liking. You get done for... No, fine, all is good. No, I can't... Seb, hurry up, because I kind of want your slipstream down the main straight. Seb, hurry up, Seb. Oh, Seb, I'm having a word with your ass when we get back to the garage. We don't need cars at the final corner. I think I'm going too quickly. I don't need it. We gain some speed. Right, the final chicane to finish our opening lap of this qualifying session. Absolutely aced it to the line. We did a 13.8, I believe, in practice. We're not going to be much quicker than that, actually. A 13.1. Can't lie, I'm a little bit disappointed with it. Steaming, some might say. But we'll head back to the garage. And we'll see. We'll see where that puts up, because it's not a track that I need to practice loads at. So, and how long does it take? Do you know what? It depends on... You want about the Ultimate F1 series I'm doing, if that's the case. It honestly depends on how much happens in the race. It takes a fair while, depending. What takes ages is getting all the replays together, recording all the replays together, and then remembering where they need to go between my POV of it. I plan to make it look a little bit smarter and better with some like on-screen graphics in the 91 season, because I was kind of using it. I didn't expect the series to go down as well as it has. I was going to use 1990 as like a almost like a practice, but yeah, I've finished recording the 1990 season. It's just obviously the videos are very far behind that, but I kind of wanted it that way. It gives me a bit of time. But yeah, some big news coming on that as well. So we were going to jump. Yeah, I like the idea. That was always part of the plan before I started it and when I was thinking about it. I always wanted to include. I kind of want to set it up as if it's like its own world, so you can get in with because there could be obviously driver transfers and like I'm going to attempt to do storylines with it. So I think it kind of made sense for me to have other people's perspective of the race. I think it just made a bit more sense. But, I mean, do it how you want to do it. Whatever's easiest. But you could obviously do it. If you're focusing solely on your own career, then obviously your own point of view makes more sense. Right, we're in 8th place at the moment. I'm going to jump ahead to 5 minutes to go, because usually we could chuck in for a couple more laps then. So, oh, we are at full speed. That's fine. Where are we currently? We're just outside the top 10, really in 13th place. If we can find... Oh, we've got to find like 4 or 5 tenths to get into the top 10. That might be a bit bold. Let's put it wise. How much have we got to find? So we need about just over 3 tenths to get the objective. So we'll chuck a new set of tyres on. Hopefully we should get 2 laps. So fingers crossed. A bit of traffic ahead. So a lot is 2 cars. But we're currently ahead of Michael Schumacher. I'll take that as a win. But that's absolutely delightful of you, Jarno, to get out of the way. Pick up Jarno. I need to start another stream of racing. I might start a career on F1 Challenge, but stream only. I'm thinking of, I might take over a driver, though. Oh, I'm so far over for turn 1. I mean, Thomas. Right, we're now on a banker. This is not a banker lap, is it? In wanker, though. It's just finding the... No! It's finding the time to do it. It takes a lot of patience, especially when you're editing.
3 minutes to go.
Yeah, mate, how you doing? Right, so we've bottled the first flying lap of this last run, so fingers crossed. The second lap, don't. However, though, what's annoying is 13th is a great result for this car, but Williams are a little bit over ambitious with the equipment in which they have given me. Because P11 they're trying to get me. P11! Be working wonders in this car. Right, we need a flamboyant exit out the final chicane. Doesn't matter if you get done for scrubbing, we just need the speed. Let's get it. All the curves down to turn 1. Make sure we stay right this time. Yeah, tell me that while I'm barreling at turn 1. That low. Let's get out of the way, Kovalainen. Big man, come on. Down. This is a quick little right left. Keep it out of the wall. Remember, there's DRS, but we won't be opening it through corners. We have set a purple sector 1, and I'll be honest, I had about 15 turn-ins for that corner. Get back on the DRS as soon as possible. We are two up on Mark Webber. I cannot believe we will keep that. Can't imagine we'll hold on to that throughout the rest of the lap, but we will do our best. If we can break into that top 10, that will give me, I won't lie to you, a little bit of a stiffy. That's for another day. Oh, I had to wait a week to get on the power. I think I lost some time in that middle sector. Not sure where, because it felt faster than my fast lap. Right, come on, mount the chicane, but do not get done for scrubbing. Oh, he's my... Oh, you see, I could have been worse. That one could have been better, to be fair, actually. Right, straight to the line. P7. Come on. I will take that. That's essentially best of the rest. I will take that. Lovely jubbly. This could be a tasty little Grand Prix, you know. It could be a good chunk of points. I was at P7, 3 tenths off the old pole position. Imagine me in that Red Bull. They'd be seeing me for weeks. We'd be at Valencia by now. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. How is everyone today? What's on your mind? Any qualms? Anything upset you? I hope not. I hope not. I sound like I'm on a radio show, but we're here. We can get all up in our feels if we wish. Listen to a bit of Lewis Capaldi. I can't because we'll get down for copyright, but we can pretend. Oh, Lord have mercy, it takes weeks. We don't know how lucky we have it now. Come on, it better not rain. He said there was going to be some light cloud, Frank was telling me Friday afternoon. But Frank better not been lying to me either. 8th, finish 8th. I know I qualified 7th, but having the right royal on here.
To the car's level of grip. You should see a small improvement in handling.
6 stops? What, for the race? So should I do one? And welcome the Almin. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I apologise if not. Right, it's straight to the race. But do we get a fresh set? Oh no, we got one in the top 10. There is qualms to this. There is qualms. Right. Yeah, but Button a little bit better than I was. Yeah, Button had some rain. That was a great race though. I watched all of that live. It's like 4 and a bit hours, wasn't it? Ah, lovely stuff. Oh, come on, we need a good start. Not plough into anyone. Yes. I'm trying to get a good team for next season so we can win the championship. We were on course to get a good team in F1 2010 and the file corrupted. I can't remember what the Williams livery looks like. Yeah, actually, I'm a big fan of the Mercedes one. I like the silver and black. They just appear, don't they? Yeah, I like the silver and black. I was a big fan of that. But you're right, I think the Ferrari one might be the best. I'm surprised Red Bull don't... My days. I am surprised Red Bull don't do more with their livery, because they're essentially an advertising company, let's not lie. And I'm surprised, because they had that testing one a couple of years back, that red and... the one where they added like loads of red to it. I thought, stuff that's incredible. Because realistically, all Red Bull need is their sponsorships on it. And the Red Bull logo. They could go wild. And it's Red Bull, so you expect them to do it. They could have like a different livery every year. But, it's not the case. Not the case. Yeah, I agree with you with the Ferrari one. It has to be. These are cash. Actually, yeah, I like the they're Toro Rosso for me. I ain't calling them nothing else. They're going back to Toro Rosso. I just about stomached AlphaTauri or AlphaTauri, however you pronounce it. But now they're back to Toro Rosso. Now I ain't having none of that. But yes, I loved that Toro Rosso livery that's inspired it. So I'm a big fan of that. What do you think of the Steak F1? Or let's just not have any of that and call it Sauber. I don't know. It's a bit green, isn't it? It's a little bit green for my liking. It might look good under the lights at Bahrain though. I will give it that. I loved Minardi. Absolutely loved Minardi. They birthed some good drivers as well. Medium steak. But we're having a decent little opening, a few laps here actually. I should probably talk about the race. We're having a P5. We've got Lewis Hamilton behind us. In is McLaren. I tell you what, imagine. Do you think anyone's beaten Red Bull this year? I think I asked this question the other day on stream. Is anyone beating Red Bull this year? What's everyone's predictions before pre-season testing starts? What is your prediction?
Now use DRS.
No, I can use DRS, big man. I can get close to Massa. I'm worried about finishing 5th and then thinking I can win the championship. So you've wrote some things. Let me just catch up with the chat a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be stake F1 in a lot of countries, but then they are going to have to stick to kick F1 in the countries that you can't promote betting in. But which is odd because they're Swedish. Am I wrong? But you aren't betting's banned in that country. I'm pretty certain. pretty certain I read something about that. So they're technically Kick F1 in their own, but it's owned by the same company anyway, isn't it? So isn't Kick owned by Stake or vice versa? So I don't. To them, it's not going to matter. I think the livery will stay the same. Lap times are looking a little bit tasty. We've got Nick Heidfeld behind us. What's happened to how he's dropped back? He's dropped back. I don't really know. He's got obviously money, but I mean, they're only going to have 2 years of that because I can't imagine it's going to be Stake Audi or Kick Audi or Audi Kick. I can't. It's just going to be Audi or what, unless they've got a title sponsor of their own. But you're right. I think it was obviously money reasons because I know the Alfa Romeo stuff was quite handy to them. So I don't think they could have gone back to just being Sauber for 2 years. Although I can't imagine Audi would have allowed them to get into any financial issues. So, I think it's all money, isn't it?
Guys have looked at the figures. We think that Heidfeld will be stopping in 3 laps time. Heidfeld stopping in 3 laps time.
Webber with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Webber is currently a second lap faster than us. And as he should be in his mighty Red Bull. Yeah, I think Red Bull will win the championship. McLaren will be close. I do think McLaren will win some Grand Prix this year, though. I don't think it will be like last season where Red Bull just dominate all year. I do think it will be closer at some race because McLaren seem really confident. McLaren were really, really good towards the end of the season, so I'm hoping they've just built on it. Ferrari's issue though might be if they are fighting high up, Sainz probably isn't going to help as much as he would normally because obviously they're sacking him off. I'm really losing touch with the cars ahead, but I am quicker than Heidfeld by the looks of it. We've got a gap to 2.8, but it would appear that I've got some speed on the Lotus. Not enough speed on the cars in front of us, but I will take a P5. It may be boring, I apologise. Yeah, we're keeping the gap steady to Heidfeld actually, and we should obviously be coming into the pits in the next couple of laps. Actually, when am I meant to? Have I meant to have already pitted? Lap 5, because oh no, it won't be lap 5. We've got a couple more laps, I think. A couple more racing laps.
We're 5 seconds down on Massa.
Yeah, but let's not talk about Massa. We ain't talking about Massa. Let's inform me of the man behind me, who's in a much superior car than I am, and I'm holding more. So every now and then I'll pause just to catch up with the chat. Right, let's have a little gander here. Do you know what? I was massively surprised because we're not actually with the Hamilton going to Ferrari, but it's one of them things that everyone wants to go to Ferrari. See, the thing is with Carlos, I think he's mighty quick, and on his day, definitely can win races. I just don't know if he's got. I don't know if he's got that consistency that he needs. So I think he's a really, really quick driver. It's just, yeah, I can't see him. I do think he'll be leading Audi into their venture into F1 as well, though. Depends who's partnering against him, actually. They, I suppose they might look, but if they want a German driver, they're not really a bit difficult to come by these days, isn't they? Hulkenberg will be ancient by then. I say that, it's only 2 years, isn't it? 24, 25. Depends though. This is Audi aren't going to be quick straight away. I think we need to, I mean, they're obviously acquiring a team instead of starting one. But I don't really dislike any F1 drivers, to be honest with you. I might have done when I was like a child. Because you just do, didn't you? But I don't tend to dislike any of them anymore. I mean, obviously there's some that I like more than others. But I don't really dislike. I mean, I've got my heart will always support McLaren, but it's one of those. I'm fine with whoever wins. I just want good racing, some close racing. I'm not trying to see Red Bull win every week.
Exit now.
Decent pit stop from the boys.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track.
Now, hopefully, we will come out ahead of Heidfeld. Don't know if he pitted before me though.
No more scheduled pits.
And we have stayed ahead of him by quite a bit by the looks of things. So we should hopefully solidify ourselves in P5. Ooh. Well, I've got a few of you here. What other games do you want to see me stream over here? I'll try and make it happen. I'm planning to do a streaming career on F1 Challenge as well, so I'll sort that all out eventually. But yeah, no, if there's any other racing games you want to see me play, something for a laugh maybe, something for giggles, then feel free to suggest. And I promise you that's definitely not me running out of ideas. Right, we're half distance. I believe I'm net P5. Jump over to miss the wall, miss the wall.
Car behind has just fitted a set of prime tyres.
I need to be careful. I'm far too enthusiastic with some of these curves. Paul Resta, although he could go a week on his own tyres. He was really good at tyre saving. Paul Resta. He got a bad rap at F1. I thought he weren't too bad. I thought he held his own in that Force India. And I thought he did pretty well in that one-off stint he did at Williams in what, 2017? How can I go for the pass? He's 4 seconds up the road. Are we watching the same race? I think, has DeResta come in? Someone in the pits. I assume it's DeResta. This will give us P6. And I reckon Hamilton would have set some blistering times in free air. So he might jump us. But we are currently still ahead of Nick Heidfeld. Oh my, oh my.
Looks like Ruben's had a brake failure. He's out of the race.
Whee! No, I mean, that's terrible. You're not actually scoring points like the big man over there. He's scoring no points. Brake failure, though. I don't even think I've ever heard that on this game. Bring out a safety car for us, boy. When did I start watching Formula 1? It was probably like the first year I can remember watching is probably 2005. You? I would have had it on before then, but the first one I genuinely remember watching would have been 2005. No, that's a lie. 2003. I remember. Do I remember 2003? I think the one I remember mostly is 2005. So I'll say that's the answer I'll give. Because I like people say it. I was watching it when I was 2 weeks old.
Ruben's had the stop. Looks like his race is over.
You told me that already.
Okay, times are looking good. You're matching race pace.
Yeah, this car's felt good in this race so far. Andy there. Right, we've got ourselves back up into P5 now. So all is good in the hood. Yeah, you see, I was watching them then because I got into it because my brother watched it, and I've been obsessed ever since. So I would have been watching them from like really early, but I can't even tell you I can't remember what the first race I watched was. However, I was, what was I going to say? I was born on the Imola race week. No, the Imola race of '97. So Frentzen won. His only win for Williams. Oh, what a race to start or remember to watch. What a race! I remember watching that. I remember being so gassed as well. The JB one. I've always been a massive Jenson Button fan. So. What a race to start. I can't remember what race I remember watching first. Nothing shouts or screams to mind when I say that. Was the only race you remember watching that whole year? I know what you mean, because I say 2005 and now, and obviously, the problem is I think it might be clouded with the fact that I've watched every race from that year within like the last 5 years. So I think it throws you off, it throws your mind off from when you actually first watched it. Yeah, you see, I remember 2005, I'm certain 2005 because I remember most of what happened. But I think it's a lot of the races before that are clouded by the fact that I've seen them like within like the last, say, decade, or since F1 TV come out. Because when that first came out, I used to just binge watching full races. That's a good chance to watch some 90s F1. Actually, now we've got a few of you in here. What's your unpopular F1 opinion? It could be at any point during history. This will get some people riled up. We'll see. But yeah, let me know. What's your unpopular F1 opinion? It could be from any era, any point. I don't need to pick up the pace. He's 2.9 seconds behind me. He's not coming up and bump. No, ignore that. What was that? He's not. I was supposed to say coming up the rear, but that's just as bad. Right, he's not chasing me down. Do you know, I was tempted. Anyone ever play the Cars video game? From Pixar. What a game. Might stream it, you know. Disney games way back when used to slap. Right, so we've got 2 to go. And as the Americans would say, we've got the white flag. No, that's not the white flag. The white flag's the last lap, right? I do watch IndyCar all the time as well. Got it, I'm trying to get a fast lap in. Yeah, I don't know, it baffles me with that. And to be fair, it's probably the best one of the year, right? 2006 Hungarian Grand Prix. Well, at least you remember the best one. I'm gonna need to pause because you've got there's a few words in there. Do you know what? I agree with you. I love Michael Schumacher, and he was the one I watched pretty much. Like, I remember that you see him when you were growing up, and he's like, he won everything. But are you right? I'm going to say this now. I think in the same car in their prime, Hamilton beats Schumacher. I apologise if that upsets anyone, but we're each entitled to our opinion. And I can elaborate on my don't think Schumacher's the GOAT. The reason was the teammates he had. I know he likes to build a team around himself, and he was insanely fast. I just wish he'd gone up against a good, solid teammate, like a Montoya, or maybe even a Raikkonen. Someone like that. I wish he'd have had someone just as good in the same car. Because Barrichello was nowhere near his level. Irvine was nowhere near his level. He had Johnny Herb in Benetton, he had Verstappen in Benetton. It just... And then, I don't count his Mercedes stint because I think he was past it by then. So I'm not going to count Rosberg beating him as proof. What he had... I mean, he had a aging Elson Piquet as well when he joined Benetton for 92. So it wasn't... I just don't think... Oh, for the end of the 91 season, I should say, apologies. But we're going to come to the line and finish a great P5. Lovely jubbly. Yeah. I'd love to have seen Montoya go in. Because Montoya, I believe, has always said that Ferrari were interested in him, but Schumacher would never allow it. It was a great race. P5, 10 points. What's that do to our championship? I didn't even... Webber won, by the way. That's what you see. But let's put us up to 8th. We are now ahead of both Lotus drivers. And Schumacher. So a possibility we could Mercedes Lotus. But what they'll do is they'll give us a rivalry that's one of these top people. And then we just won't end up. But oh well. The constructors I'm going to have to carry it, I'm afraid. It's not really too much. Also, if Schumacher's your 3rd greatest of all time, what's your top 2? %100%. 100%. I think Raikkonen wins it then. Because they had a rule change with about 3-4 races to go on tyres. Hamilton, Senna. In that order? Or have you not decided? It's nice to speak to some F1 fans that you can... Because I like disagreeing with F1 fans. I'm all for it. But I don't... This is why I don't use Twitter, or X as it's now called, to discuss Formula 1. Because as much as Drive to Survive has done well for Formula 1, it has ruined the social media side of it. But yeah, Raikkonen did nearly win it. And Montoya would have had a better chance if he hadn't have got... It really went wrong in... It was the Indianapolis in 2003 for Montoya. It went really wrong. I think he gambled on wet inters, and it just wasn't good. He weren't quick that weekend anyway, but at least he's got an excuse. Yeah, I know what you mean. 7 titles, 100 plus wins. Should have 8, but we're not going to discuss that today. But yeah, no, there's too much, and I think he's the biggest name the sport has ever had. Because I think people know when you say Hamilton, you think of F1. So I think he is a big reason it's branched out. I don't know what my top 3 is. I'll probably put Hamilton top, Senna second. Schumacher third. The problem I have with Schumacher didn't have a great teammate. That's why I always find it really difficult to discuss whether on how good he actually was. Because realistically, in '94, Benetton were cheating a little bit. Right, in '95 he was rapid. In '95, I think '95 is his best world title, in my humble opinion. He was just rapid, but Williams weren't great. But Hill weren't great. But, I mean, if you look at I mean, 97, I think the only reason... I'm going to fire loads of opinions at you now, so just bear with. In 96, I think he was really good in 96. I do not believe that he thought the 95... Because he tested the 95 Ferrari, saying he could have won more races in it. I'm not sure how true that actually is. But then we had 97... And it only went down to the final race because Jacques Villeneuve made an absolute mess of that championship. I think if it had retained Damon Hill, they'd have had that title wrapped up before they even got to Jerez. Because Villeneuve, at some points in that season, was trying to lose it, I'm certain. It's the same issue with Verstappen. He won't allow. I don't think. I think Verstappen would allow someone at the team, but Verstappen likes winning by like 30 seconds though. So you're right. Maybe he doesn't. But I think he would be more into it than Schumacher would have been. But Red Bull don't want to. Why ruin it? Yeah, 100%. I really enjoyed the classic cars and replaced them with supercars. I'm like, if you want supercars, go play like a game that was designed to have them in, because they handle like dog. But what we got next? We got Europe. Do you know, I like this track. I do enjoy this track. So we'll head straight to the European Grand Prix in Valencia. Big up Webber in first place. You're down. You're power. I'm always powering, but I didn't power. I was already ahead. Already ahead. Oh, sorry, I lent on the muted mic bit. My apologies. I'm hoping so, because for me, I've been watching F1 many a year, and last year was... I almost didn't get excited for the races anymore. And that was something I always did. I always used to get just so gassed for the races. But I just couldn't bring myself to get excited for them. See you later, mate. Have a good evening, day, morning, afternoon, wherever you're from. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm a polite man. Right, should we do Valencia? Yeah, we'll do Valencia. Testing starts Wednesday as well, doesn't it? Sleep well. Oh, you're an hour ahead of me. Oh, quiet, mate. Is the game audio really quiet for you?
Hi.
It was a very stern hi. Right, there's no practice program, so we'll just jump straight to qualifying. Barrichello there, 2.7 off the pace. I should have done a little practice lap, but game audio's good, lovely stuff. I'm pretty good at balancing it now. I remember when I streamed like towards the back end of last year, the game audio used to be so loud. I'm a bit better at judging it now, so... Right, let's get straight out on there. crack on, we'll have a good lap. He says. He hopes and he prays. I was actually a big fan of this track. I enjoyed it. I remember the AI being incredibly slow in this final sector on 2010. Getting loads of time. All bounce off the wall. Right, good exit out the final corner. That one wasn't really it, but what you'll have to do. Oh, there's always some milk coming out of the pits. Oh, DRS is open. Oh dear.
Okay, back to the pits. Back to the pits. We've lost the front wing.
Oh, sorry, boy. Ambrosio. Have you considered dirt free? What a get dirt free. You try to plug your own games now, wouldn't you? I think 2010's better. I started this career mode as video series and then obviously continue with it live. I'm tempted once we've done a season of this to maybe go back to 2010. If that's what people want to see. If not, we'll stay here. We'll get into a championship winning car possibly. And then we'll try and win a championship and then we'll move on. But yeah, I personally to be fair, 2010 is, I remember it coming out. I played it for hours and hours and hours. So that's probably, I'm probably more of a nostalgic, more nostalgic to it. But yeah, I'd say if I had to pick over it, it would be F1 2010. Right, better exit that time round. Actually, remember to close the DRS or be a bit smoother into turn 1. Because I haven't set a lap yet, I'm going to close it. 100 metres is a bit early, isn't it? If I'm quiet, I'm trying to remember the track layout. Why have I opened it? I think I thought it was open for some reason. Not been a great lap, but we will go again anyway, so we'll use this as almost like a banker. Oh, see, I get the brakes so early. Yeah, a lot of curves on this lap. Yeah, the AI were awful, but awful as some, but rapid on some tracks, like a little bit too rapid for my talent. But the AI were awful at Abu Dhabi. Even on Legend AI, they were horrendous at Abu Dhabi. But you are right, the AI were all over the place. I think the game looked better as well. I do honestly think F1 2010 looked better than 2011. Because for me, F1 2011 looks a little bit cartoony. I don't know if anyone shares the same view, but I thought F1 2010's graphics were far superior. Oh, there's a lot going on here. I found some damn, you melt. Come on. Right, brake a little later this time round. Probably still gonna brake a little bit later. What? I'm slower than Barrichello at the moment. Rubens. We'll risk it all and we'll get to that 5-minute mark.
You're losing a lot of time in the final 2 sectors.
Yeah, cheers, boss. You just let me down gently next time, yeah. Right, we're going to attempt 2 laps. We're not getting into the top 10, so it doesn't really matter. Because you mentioned 2010, and you have 2012. Depending on the game, how it was literally win every race. Do you know what? I remember when F1 2012 first came out, and I don't know if it was a glitch for everyone, but every race I had was wet in career mode. What, in 2010, Williams only scored 5 points. Williams haven't been the same. Williams haven't been the same since they got rid of Hill, then Newey. When they didn't get rid of him, they didn't re-sign Hill, which I think was a massive mistake. But not giving Adrian Newey enough power. Because I think the final straw was them replacing Damon Hill for 97. And that's when he thought, nah, I'll go and go McLaren. Because I think if they'd have kept Hill, I think he would have stayed. Because he did like Damon Hill. And he likes DC as well. He liked DC. And that's kind of one of the tipping points he went to McLaren. So, possibly either way. But I think he stays at Williams. Yeah, I felt a bit sorry for Montoya's F1 career because he came in when that Williams was getting really good. Imagine Adrian Newey with that BMW-powered Williams, though. F1's history could look very different. But yeah, Williams have really suffered overall. I think the BMW. Oh my god, you melt! I think the BMW power they had masked all their issues with the car. And then for some reason, Williams just thought their car was much better than it actually was. And then when they lost BMW and went to Cosworth, it kind of highlighted all these issues. Now you see, it's a result that makes no sense. And then the Williams fire in the garage after the race as well didn't make things look much better. But I don't know if it was scripted, because how has that not come out yet? I mean, it only took a year for Crashgate to come out, but to be fair, they did sack PK, so he was out for revenge. But I don't know, it's quite a hefty Bernie would do, though, isn't it? It is something Bernie would do. But how would they have scripted it? They'd have had to have scripted it with only Williams knowing about it. Because no way Ferrari or McLaren agreed to that. Especially Red Bull definitely don't agree to that. To be fair, they wouldn't have gone. Hamilton was the quickest driver that weekend, but they underfueled his car in qualifying, didn't they? So he had to stop on track, and then there wasn't enough for a fuel sample. Did he start last? Because he had initially put on pole position. Right, we're back ahead of Barrichello now. We have a bit more of a clear run. Cheers, please. We've got a bit of a clearer run this time round, thankfully. I know, and I mean, to be fair, that 2012 Ferrari was horrendous. Alonso could... No! Yeah, he was rapid. But you are right, that Ferrari was a lot better than the Williams. But did Maldonado overtake him on track?
17th on the grid,
Well, even if he undercut him, actually, there's still... That result makes no sense. But then I don't think they scored a point for like 10 races after that. I'm going to have a look. Have a look at the race results after F1 2012 race results. Because I'm absolutely certain Maldonado didn't even win. Maldonado didn't score points for like 10 races after that. So we want Monaco. Where did he finish? Monaco was the race after Spain. And Maldonado... He didn't finish. Canada, the race after that. And Maldonado finished 13th. After that was Europe, so Valencia. Maldonado came 12th, but 54 seconds behind Alonso. Great Britain. This may be boring you, I apologise. So Great Britain, Maldonado finished 16th, a lap down. Then they had Germany, where he finished... Where did he finish? He finished 15th, a lap down in Germany. Then we come to Hungary, in Budapest, if you want to load. Right, and then in Hungary he finished 13th. Sorry if you're telling me to stop, I can't actually see the chat. Then we had... In Italy he finished 11th. I'll just go back a race because I've missed Belgium. But in Belgium he finished... He didn't finish. He didn't score points. Then we got Singapore, where he finished... He didn't finish there either. So then we got Japan, where he finished 8th. So he finished 8th and in the points, but from his win, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 races before he... Yeah, 10 races before he scored a point again. To me, that makes no sense. How'd you go from winning? But he wasn't like he was retiring from every race either. Yeah, very true. Very true. He did without 10th. You are smacked this team. Wasn't the 2012 weekend the race that pretty much decided it for Hamilton to join Mercedes? Yeah, I thought so. He chose right. I'm tempted to pick a driver from the 90s and do a career mode with them, starting from like a specific year. Streaming career, that is. Right, we've got a race. We're down in 17th place. I'm not going to start on the prime tyres, but we are going to get straight to the Grand Prix.
All set.
All set. How are you getting out of this garage? It doesn't even look that narrow. Well, I am going right, so I suppose I don't know. It does. It felt really empty. I think it's because 2010 was actually quite... Well, was it? 2010 was really good. And then Red Bull won, they all won 11 races in 2011. I think the championship was over by Japan, so it just fell a bit flat. You had this great season the year before, and then... That's the thing, because I think initially in 2012, that McLaren was like probably the best car. It was just a little bit... It was a bit temperamental. And you're right, yeah, he felt like Hamilton was going to retire as much as he was going to win. I wonder if he could see, though. I reckon he could see McLaren going downhill. What a start. 9th place. The slow AI was slow on the first lap for years on Cody's games. Take full advantage of it. What do you mean watch the aggression? I didn't touch him. Get here, Petrov. Like, if he can see, if he goes to Ferrari and Ferrari start dominating, he needs to be studied. That was a bit aggressive, I won't lie. Boemi, we meet. But yeah, if he gets it right, he needs to be studied, because that is some outrageous moving. Come on, put out some pace in the car in the race. I need to be a bit tighter on the old inside there. Vettel's having a mare down in 5th place. You forget how much grip there was on this game. Ooh, come on. No, that's a bit of scrubbing that. Yeah, no, I knew that was coming. But when we get your bottom here. I was about to start singing praise and say I set the fastest first sector. It's the second lap, so I should imagine everyone has set the fastest first sector. Or did everyone ever clip their rear wheel on that corner and just send them into the abyss? Yeah, slipstream's OP on here. Brake directly in front of him, so he has to copy. Seb. Can we catch Sebastian Vettel for P5? Seems unlikely to me. Let me just catch up with his chat. Did he win a title in Formula E though? He's a very good sports car driver, I'll give him that. Yeah, that was a massive crash from Webber. Webber's flipped twice in his career, hasn't he? Bless him. Yeah, I reckon if he gets it right this time, he's just an incredible judge on where a team's at. Because I know he likes to fine tune everything, and I think he still keeps a notebook to write out his race weekends in them, and then he can look back on them in a year when he heads back to that track for the next year. He's always looking to improve himself, Hamilton, as well. Right, I need to calm down this scrubbing. Yeah, I liked Mark Webber. I was a massive Mark Webber fan. I wonder how different Red Bull and stuff would have looked if Webber had won the 2010. Because for the whole year, I was absolutely certain if one of them was going to win, it was going to be Webber. And Vettel didn't actually lead the championship until he won it. And if he hadn't crashed in Korea, he would have done. To be fair, that 2010 season finale was such an anticlimactic championship finale. It's safe to say I don't think I'm going to be catching this Red Bull up ahead. Ooh. Ooh. I need to pause to read chat. So I had a 4 title contenders in 2010. Vettel was the only one who had no business winning the title. 100%. Even going into the last race of the season, he wasn't even really being considered. Because up until, I think, was it Korea? Webber was leading the World Championship. So Vettel wasn't actually anywhere near it. I said, what if for Webber, I think. Hamilton's worst year. 2009 wasn't great off the back of his World Championship. He has, I mean, 2022 and 23. I find it absolutely baffling that it's been 2 years since he won a race. Or over 2 years now. I'd go with 2009. I mean, he won a race, but because you were expecting such big things because he was a championship challenger in his first 2 seasons. Although that was more McLaren's fault. So you could argue 2022. Because I think once he realised that Mercedes wasn't quick, it took him nearly half the season to really get going. I keep braking so early for this corner. Right, lap 4, fair bit of distance to go. We are away from, actually Petrov's overtaken Buemi now. So
Pits are clear, pit this lap.
am I pitting this lap, am I?
Up your pace, the car behind's catching you.
I'm in a bit of the next lap. Nah, leave me alone, Buemi, I'm doing. Right, pitting this lap. Next lap, sorry.
The pit window is open.
See?
Come in this lap.
Alonso's flying, going for it now. I read a stat right that if Alonso had scored, I think it was 7 more points at specific points in his career, he'd be like a 4 or 5 time world champion. That was dangerously close to that wall. Said weirdly enough 2010 or 2012, not so much for the results, but because you probably should have won both of those titles and basically shut. Yeah, McLaren 2009 arguably, was really when you started to see the cracks forming in McLaren. And I don't really know why. 11-time world champion. Yeah, because 2007 he had 2 chances. If he had put in the gravel at China, he'd have won that one. I think he should have won the 2016 one because it was the engine failure that cost him. So that's 2 more. So yeah, you're right. That's 9. I don't know if he should have won 10 or 12 because of what happened. I think it was driver error in 2007. It weren't his fault in 2016. And then again, actually, 2021, he should have won that championship as well. So you're right, he probably should be like a 10, 11 time world champion, which is absolutely outrageous. Oh, sugar shit. Because I should have pitted. We'll go an extra lap. Need to make it a good in lap then. Yeah, that's fine. Let Rubens in. I need a hefty in lap.
Need to pick up the pace. The car behind's closing in.
Yeah, well, Tony, stop closing in. Have a little gander here. Oh, 2010. Maybe you should have won it. Maybe you should have won it. You're right. Maybe you should have won it. What about the tyre failure in Spain?
The tyres have picked up some marbles. Keep to the racing line and wear them off. Don't forget, pit in this
Yeah, I'm
lap.
pitting this lap, boy. Don't worry, I'll remember this time. Right, we're in. There's no room at the inn.
Go now.
Come on. We were 5th, weren't we? 6th? Oh, are we going to get close to Vettel? No, we are 6th. He's gone. He's long gone. Actually, he's not long gone, is he? He's not long gone silver. Don't know, we're not going to have the pace to catch him, but I mean, I'll give it a good go. I am riding the old ropes with his penalties though. We have massively gapped Vitaly Petrov as well, so we shouldn't have to worry about him for the rest of the race. We're 3.5 back from Sebastian Vettel, so we will see how this all unfolds. 5.1 ahead of Petrov, yeah, that, unless we really cock it up, we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Look here, like when horns. Because yeah, this is good. Yeah, that is true. Yes, but I suppose that's part and parcel of the sport, isn't it? Part and parcel of the sport. I always like looking at what ifs, though. Like I'm thinking, what ifs? Like. My opinion, if Senna hadn't have passed away after Imola 94, I'm thinking, I think Senna wins the 94 championship because the Williams, because everything that happens to Benetton that year still happens.
5 seconds ahead. 5 seconds
So their free race ban they receive still happens. They're losing the points at Belgium still happens, and I think obviously Hill, bless him, he was only 2 years into a quick car, really. Like 93 was his first year, so he's only really in his 2nd year in the sport. Well, with Williams at least, because he did debut for Brabham. So I think if Senna survives Imola, I think he wins the World Championship. I'm not sure about 95. I think Schumacher could have won 95, regardless of if Senna was still alive. 96 now. 96 is an interesting one because there was heavy rumour, like Ferrari wanted Senna, and if Senna had still been knocking about and Schumacher had only won 95, who would a Ferrari picked for 96? I mean, Senna wouldn't have got his whole career to 2004 to win all them titles, but then again you could argue that do the Benetton lot come over if Schumacher doesn't join Ferrari, because a lot of the good Benetton crew like Ross Brawn came over, and quite a lot of the engineers and like technical division came across too, so that doesn't happen. So do Ferrari get it right? I mean, do they join Ferrari regardless? When you got Senna in the ranks, you would. So that's always an interesting topic of discussion. Say he stays at Williams for 96. He beats Hill to the 96 championship in the same car. Say he stays at 97, he wins the 97 championship. Then obviously after that he probably doesn't. So Senna probably could have had a fair few more world championships to his name.
Hamilton's just posted the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, McLaren, he was rapid in that McLaren. If that McLaren had better reliability, he'd have been 2-time world champion before 2007. Because I think he should have won the 2003, and that McLaren was so much better than the Renault in 2005. It just had the worst reliability from that Mercedes engine. So he could have arguably been a 2-time world champion. By then, 2006, the car was really weak. That was really when you could see the fact that Nui was falling out of the team at that point.
We're being caught by the guy behind. Push, push.
Oh my, all over the place into the final corner. We are getting caught. Oh no, Webber's behind. Can we keep Webber behind for the 2 laps that we have left in this Grand Prix? We shall wait and we shall see. We should do, because it's about 4 and a bit seconds behind, but if we're going to drive like that, we won't. 100%. I'd agree with that. 2004, that McLaren weren't great, but then again, actually, I think that Ferrari was rapid in 2004, but I think it was made to look a lot better than it was because of how bad Renault and McLaren and Williams had actually done. Because they I think in 2004, they tested I think it was their B car for Belgium, and they won the race. The race that Schumacher won, number 7. So I think that's because McLaren were going against Nui at this point, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, I do think you might be right. You might be right. I'd love to have seen Raikkonen up against Schumacher in them years. But then again, I think when Raikkonen went to Ferrari, he never looked as good. I know he won in 2007, but he really only won that because of his... I think he won like the last 3 races, and he did rely on Hamilton. I would say bottoming it was his debut year, but it relied on Hamilton and Alonso not really doing enough. So he could have finished. He deserved at least 1 world championship. He was too good to leave F1 with none of them. But I think after that, once he joined Ferrari, it seemed to... I think McLaren was a better suit for him. But if it had stayed, I don't think... I mean, technically Hamilton replaced him, didn't he? So you don't get a Hamilton at McLaren if he stays. Although you've got Raikkonen versus Alonso in a championship winning car. A championship potential winning car at least. We've only got Webber 1.5 back from us. We've been slacking in these last couple of laps. Webber's a bit of a mare in this Grand Prix. I think it's Fernando Alonso that's currently leading this race. He will take all 5 points. Get on the brakes, you melt. Right. Oh, we're all over the show. We've got Webber right up our trumpet. If we can get out of here with a bit of pace... He hasn't really got anywhere else to overtake. Oh, the corner over. We'll have to defend here. Because he'll have that DRS on us. Going to break in the middle of the track. We'll send him out there. We stick to the apex. He won't have us through any of these. So it doesn't necessarily matter the speed in which we take. Massa wins. Oh, we're out wide. We're out so wide. That's going to allow Webber right up our back passage. Oh, that's hell out of there. Oh, defend it. Hug the inside. Make sure he can't hit us with the old undercut. And he won't. And we will come across the line to take P6. A great stream so far. P5, P6. Like Renault and Williams and McLaren was so bad in 04. Button basically beat... Well, yeah, Button. I felt because... I think Honda did a really good job in 2004, but that Ferrari was so good that they didn't really get any rewards from how well they had done. I have a controversial opinion. If Raikkonen goes back to McLaren in 2010 instead of Button, McLaren win the Constructors. I'm not so sure on that. Because I don't think JB gets the plaudits he deserves. I really don't. I don't know if I don't know, I mean... Oh yeah, because Raikkonen's gone at this point. He's suddenly leave at the end of 2009 to do rally. But Jensen had the pick of the bunch. Jensen could have gone to Ferrari in 2010. He had an offer, but I mean his childhood team was McLaren's. That's why he chose them. We don't talk about the Honda Earth Dreams. It was mank, wasn't it? Is that the 2007 car? What were they thinking? Had nothing on it. So it's getting a little bit close, but it's not at the top, is it? I'm going to just dull this whole championship. But we are. The problem is, I'm the only one that's scoring, so it's impossible for us to be anywhere. I don't think we'll beat Lotus or Mercedes, 'cause I'm the only one. It was mank, wasn't it? It was so bad. Lovely stuff. We've had a great stream today. I am probably going to call it a day. Call it a night, actually. I'm knackered. But I'm going to... Ooh, now that is a good question. I've got a question for you after the finish. Rubens or Felipe? I think Massa was a better driver. Or was he? Because Rubens was so quick early doors. I think what hurt Rubens was going to Ferrari. Because Rubens went there thinking he could beat Schumacher. So I changed my argument. I think Barrichello was probably a better driver. It's close though. David Coulthard or Rubens Barrichello? Yeah, I've always said Coulthard. Coulthard was really, really good. And I think he just was really unlucky that Hakkinen was his teammate in 98 and 99. Because no one speak about Hakkinen enough. Hakkinen was quicker than Schumacher, for me. Maybe not necessarily overall better. I think Schumacher overall was probably a better fit. But I think Hakkinen on raw speed alone was faster than Schumacher. Hmm. 100%. Right, lovely stuff, people. I hope the stream's been alright for you. We've gone up to level 4. I'm going to try and rank these reputation bits up, because I think that's how you get better teams. Yeah, that's the stream done there. I'll be back on tomorrow. I might not play F1 2011 now. I might switch it up and we'll play a different game. I'm not too sure what that is yet. But we'll switch it up. And, yeah, I'll decide. It'll be fun. But lovely stuff. Yeah, well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the stream and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.